Have you ever wanted to make a trans character, either on the binary spectrum or the non-binary spectrum? Well, I have. I have a ton of characters who are on either side of the spectrum. Today I'm going to talk about what kind of rules, quote-unquote, there will be. Now, that's just my personal opinion, so if you have different opinions, let me know down in the comments below. I'm always open for a discussion. But the first thing for me is don't make them being trans everything. Like, if you can't name off 5 of the personality traits, like, I feel like putting them as a trans rep and that being everything is kind of neglective to all the other things that is perfect and good about being trans and what that is to a person. You know, it is a label and it is a part of their journey. Yes, it is very important, but it's not everything, you know. Another part would be don't make them super depressed. Don't make their journey. I understand if a journey is like, I've spoken so much about dysphoria and my mental health and how my pronouns change and how the situation is, HRT, everything like that. I understand wanting to present it honestly, but if all of their scenes, like a book or whatever, just them being sad about being trans, that's not going to be completely accurate in my opinion. Because I have moments where I'm very happy with how I am, where I genuinely feel okay with my voice, where I will be happy when someone they-thems me, and that'll make my day. I have moments where if I go out and I'm not, like, she heard at the first mention of, like, my voice, I get really happy about that. Binding makes me happy and makes me comfortable for the day, and that's thought and out. There's so much more than just being really sad, you know? So, don't make them just depressed, you know? I want to add, also do research. If you're going to represent someone, unless it's your own experience, especially minority, like the LGBTQ, please do education, like, look it up, talk to people, get people's experience. I don't think, like, it's great in general media if someone makes it a non-binary character, even if the writer is a non-binary, but, like, you need to be gentle, educate yourself, and be open-minded, because if not, you are, most of the time, this is just my personal experience of what I've seen, it's not going to be a good representation, and we don't have much. I'm not asking for the perfect, but I'm asking do the general, like, look shit up, speak to someone from that label that you're trying to represent. Like a non-binary person, speak to a friend who's non-binary, speak to a agender person, speak to a trans person. Like, don't... It's hard to explain. Don't just sit down and write what your belief is without doing general educating yourself on the topic you're trying to do, which goes for anything, but, like, especially with this, since it's a minority and it is so hard to find actual representation. I don't think I know one agender fucking character. I don't know any non-binary characters. I heard that Luz from Outhouse was supposed to be non-binary, but this is said fuck you. It's just like, oh my god. We are just boiled down to this is too complicated. And it sucks, so please educate yourself before you try. And don't be scared to ask questions. I will answer anything below that you want. If you want to ask me, if you're writing a character who's non-binary and want to ask me about my general experience or agender, don't be scared to ask. I can be an open book about that sort of thing. Yeah. Examples I can give for my characters who are trans. Cade. His story is massively about him understanding emotions, understanding the human worlds, kind of a spectrum of, like, neurodivergency, I guess, in a sense. And a part of it has also been discovering himself. This self-discovery has been a part of that journey, but it hasn't been a massive part of it. I think there are 2 or 3 chapters that specifically go into gender in society, his name, and how he wants to portray himself. It's not massive. And yes, there is points where he will feel dysphoric or will feel like he hates his body, but that's not all of it. There are amazing moments like him and Rem talking about flowers and the different flowers and all that, or them eating food, or them laying on the ground and singing. You know, there are more parts to the story than just, oh fuck, I'm sad today, bro. You know? With Patchwork, it has been a more difficult ride because Patchwork is a gender. They are a non-conforming agender persona, and their own journey hasn't been super much about dysphoria, or I haven't really written anything with them with it yet. But my main focus with Patchwork wasn't that he was agender. It was an important part of him, but it wasn't everything. And a lot of their journey is self-acceptance and learning that they are valuable as a person, as opposed to being a people pleaser and being valued by other people's opinion of them, you know? But there's small things that make up the person. And just because they're non-binary agender, you know, doesn't mean that's everything about them. There was an example with the Marvels where they tried to make non-binary characters, which their entire thing was so based off the rhetoric that transphobes use. Now, for me, this is my personal opinion, I felt like the name Snowflake in Safe Space felt more like, I don't know, edit and like, haha, look at this person, rather than actually trying to understand non-binary people's experiences. I've had someone say that they actually enjoyed the characters. They felt like Safe Space was a really cute non-binary name, and that's okay. That's great. I like that someone at least felt, you know, connected to the characters. But I didn't. There aren't that much representation of me and, you know, my labels and everything, so I made my own. Now, with agender things, or like they them pronouns or anything pronouns wise, one thing I've noticed, one tip I have, is more so, if they use more than one pronoun, like Kate uses he, they, use he and they, like, use both of them, don't just use they, them, or he, him, you know, because, at least in my opinion, I think it's better, but that's just me. If you have any questions, or if you want to know anything else, let me know down below. And also, we have a Patreon. You should subscribe. It has cool stuff. It has BTS. It has lore and shit that I'll tell the community a day early. You get things a day early. And yeah. Have a good day. Let me know if you want me to make another video explaining more in depth or explaining about the characters or anything like that, you know.